is when I fall in love. Is when I fall in love with
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yep.
I just wanted you to hear that because it's with an actual pianist, and right now my voice is much improved, but there's no accompaniment. So
For anybody getting introduced to you for the first time, tell us a little bit about everything you have in your hands in.
oh wow, well the but the bulk of my time the past couple of years has been spent getting For All the Children off the ground. That's a registered charitable and educational corporation in the state of Pennsylvania, and we have a children's program this summer that will be going in dovetailing into an after school program. We're currently working with Roxamore Boxing Studio for some structured group boxing lessons and emphasis on mindset and character building as well. Um, we've been doing those Mondays and Wednesdays um, throughout the summer, and we'll continue on Mondays and Wednesdays in our after school program just at a different time. Um, we are, for the children. We're in Homewood, Wilkinsburg. We also want to do some civics and arts workshops in McKees Rocks. So For All the Children has been keeping me really busy. I mean, all the different programs that we aspire to have, and getting our first programs off the ground, our pilots. Um, I just finished not completely finished, but I'm about halfway through my second round of board recruitment. Um, I had recruited 10 people to begin with, and there have been 4 that have been really committed, and I wanted to round out the board with um, more skill sets and more enthusiastic board members who would definitely be showing up for us. So I'm in that process right now. Um, I also have um, some friends from out of town who are hoping to start a division on the Crow Reservation. They're also known as the Apsalige in their language. Um, so I'm doing my best to train them at the moment. That's kept me very busy, and I go to church at Ethnan Temple most Saturdays. I've been going to Cardone Ventures for business workshops in Arizona. Um, I've been working with a local law firm on the 501c3 process. Um, that's kept me very busy, but I am an artist and a singer and musician, so I can't really help myself from getting the sheet of paper and doodling on it, or singing an impromptu a cappella song. And I am taking songwriting courses with my friend Erica Coolney's Brain, who's an amazing songwriter, actually has a degree in music and from Oberlin, and also did a fellowship in songwriting and music right out of college. So I'm really grateful to have that outlet, and also for Jim Skiff. He's also one of our board members. He hosts an open mic every Thursday night at Antonio's Pizzeria, and I do my best to make it there at least once a month. So I'm really grateful for those things, and I'm grateful for the free workshops that One Hood Media puts on. Those are always every once in a while I'm able to get to one of those, and
Okay.
really love those.
All right. Tell us more about your singing. What have you done with it so far, and what would you eventually like to take it?
Well, I've got some really good background with being part of choruses, choirs, ensembles, singing solos, taking voice lessons, putting together demos. Um, what I'd really like to do is, I mentioned the songwriting with Erica Coolney's Brain, who um, is, by the way, taking new students right now. Um, and very easy and fun to work with. Um, I am hoping to learn more about the craft of songwriting and putting together more original songs. We did put together one song, but it is so gritty. I don't know whether I should release it or not. But I'd love to get back in the studio. I love I I do love Jesus, and it's been on my heart to do something for the church. But then there's also this part of me that just wants to express all the gritty things that the things that I've been through. So it's hard for me to pick a genre. Um, but I'm really looking. I really hope that the Afro American Music Institute can recover from the death of the founder, because I was meaning for such a long time last year to sign up for some of their gospel and also jazz classes, and I think they had a choir, and I would just love to learn more, because I mean, African American music is American music for the most part, and I love classical music, but I really love jazz. I want to learn more how to sing R&B. I haven't. I need to learn that style. Learn to sing gospel better. Get into a choir. Um, there there haven't been that many choirs in Pittsburgh to join, but I only need one. So I'm thinking possibly Mount Ararat. That's what I can think of right now. They have a really awesome music minister and four different choirs that they rotate among services. So um,
Okay. Coming
yeah.
from choir, the having vocal training, what did that experience teach you about yourself as a singer?
Um, oh, um, coming from a choir.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, I being part of a choir is a really great community building experience. Really helps you to feel a part of something. They've done research on choirs and also communal meals. So those are, which is something that I want to do with For All the Children. Um, Arcasanti Lee, our outreach director, that's one of the big things that he wants to do is have communal meals for the community somewhere in Homewood or Wilkinsburg. He's got his Serve Safe, and also another friend of his, Serve Safe, and they really want to do that. And part of our entrepreneurial program, um, or just a related business with, I'm not 100% certain of the relationship, but there's going to be a food truck involved
Oh,
somehow.
that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, but the experience of like being with the choir, like, what did you think it taught you about being a singer?
Um, well, I mean, when I was very young, I taught myself to sing. And then when I got into the choir, when I sounded good enough that they stopped calling it yelling and started calling it singing, then I had access to much more training, like the fundamentals of music theory, um, learning to blend in with others, learning to harmonize when you had other people on your part, um, reading the sheet music, listening to the piano, and staying on pitch, just being able to sing basic tunes, and uh, just the experience of being a part of a choir is just, I love, I love that. I I know there have been some great R&B singers who started out, and some
Yeah.
jazz singers who started out in the choir.
Who are some of your biggest musical influences, and what is it about their music and voices that connects with you?
Oh gosh, there's so much great music out there. Like, I mean, I love Inya, I love the Indigo Girls, I love the Crash Test Dummies, I love Ella Fitzgerald, um, I love, oh my gosh, I can't think of her name right now. Nina Simone. I Carole King. I really wish I had kept up the piano lessons, because I'm so impressed by the people who can just write their own music and play their own music at the same time, being
Yeah.
able to accompany themselves, just a one woman show. That is so, inspiring. I've decided to primarily focus on my vocal, but I just find it so inspiring, the people who can write their own music and play their own music.
You also spend a lot of time working with kids and giving back. What made working with the youth something that became important to you?
Well, as I was going through this various um, school systems, I was evaluating like what was good for me and what wasn't. Um, and so I really have this passion for making sure that kids have access to really good education, that they have a well-rounded education, and they have choices in their education, and their education truly serves them, their God-given purpose, um, as well as what um, society will support. We want to learn their purpose early on, get them into mentoring, tutoring, get them into emotional and social support. Um, in We want to connect them with therapists so that their trauma isn't holding them back from learning. We want to be able to provide meals, snacks, all of this. Um, all of this takes funds, of course, but this is what we aspire to do: create an environment where the child can truly flourish and really have respect for that child where he or she is at in their learning journey, and also have respect for that child's purpose starting very early on. As soon as that child is aware of it, find out what it is and help them to see a path to get there. And we also want to give our kids a contingency plan. If they haven't, achieved their purpose in the timeline that they like to, but they still need to earn a living, we want to make sure that that's possible for them as well.
Okay. Tell us about the organization you're involved with and what you're doing to create more opportunities for kids.
Well, right now, we're just a big part of a new organization is getting the mission, the vision, the branding down, just going out and meeting people, and just letting it be known that you exist, and that you're here, that you're committed, that you're passionate about helping the kids. So that's primarily what I've been doing, like wherever I go, just um, meeting people, doing PR for the organization, um, just um, keeping it on my mind 24/7 wherever I am. Well, I mean, I do sleep. I do have a social life. I squeeze in there around the business. I know a lot of founders like work really full schedules to make it work um, the first couple years. There's just so much to do when you're getting a new business off the ground.
Oh, definitely. So you help connect kids with things like boxing and other activities. Why do you think it's important for young people to have different outlets where they can discover what they're good at?
Oh, well, I mean, as far as boxing, the gross motor skills, the mind skills, the learning a technique, learning how to fight so that you can actually feel more confident and not feel like you have to fight. Feel like, I could take them, but, I don't have to. Cuz I'm that good. I can just sit back and let them have their, you know, reaction or whatever. Or just let them know, "Hey, I'm a boxer. Leave me alone." um, but I mean, I think it's important for children to be exposed to many different experiences early on. Play is super important. Mr. Rogers, our big inspiration for childcare here in Pittsburgh, and I mean, he didn't do it alone. He had a couple of women at the university level, and I can't remember their names right now, but they would advise him on every single script that he would put out there.
Oh, wow.
and he was an ordained Presbyterian minister. His ministry was children, and he connected that ministry with children to the new medium of television that allowed him to speak as if one on one, but to hundreds of thousands of children who were listening across the country.
Okay. From actually being around the kids, what do you feel like young people today need more of from the adults and the communities around them?
Well, what I want us to do is get back to the village rather than moms being isolated in the house, or mom and dad going off to work and having to leave the children with a caregiver. I want to bring back the village um, where we can bring, where we can have truly family friendly workplaces, where it can be okay to take a break and go breastfeed your child, where it can be acceptable, to bring your kid to work sometimes, if where you know um, there's options in the workplace for childcare. And I also, want to bring moms together, and dads too, in parenting collectives, so that nobody is feeling like they're have to raise their child every second of every day all by themselves.
Okay. What have the kids taught you through the work you've done with them?
Oh, well, they've just taught me that a child could take a simple object and find so many different uses for it. Like one child, one object can yield 20 to 30 minutes of play, believe it or not, if you just allow the child, if that object is a safe object to use in a multitude of different ways, that child can just really um, have a wonderful time
Mhm.
with something very simple.
What's one moment you've experienced doing this work that really stuck with you and reminded you why you keep doing it?
Hmm. Well, just seeing the moms connect with each other, seeing them form friendships and realize that they're not quite as alone. Seeing the pride on a mom's face when she's completed a uh, boxing class, and she's had someone watch the kids while she's there, but they've been present with her, and that's awesome. And like I said, watching Adam last week, just had a big sheet, and just everything that he would get out of playing with that sheet. And then there was a little girl a few weeks ago who was doing these drawings with and with stickers, and the two little girls the same age connecting with each other the first day they met, and um, sharing their process with their art. That was really cool too.
Okay. So you have a student or a kid in there named Adam.
Yes,
Shout out
yes.
to all the Adams in the world. All right. Just to clarify, that wasn't me. So when
Yes,
you look at what was you
um,
going to say?
our outreach director, Arcasante, he really wants to do a daycare. So we were planning on a summer program with ages 5 to 12, and somehow we ended up with a lot of a lot of little kids. So I'm thinking that's God just bringing us the little ones that we had talked about, and that's such a crucial age, for kids to get nurturance, positivity, a healthy start. Like the brain is forming so many connections so quickly, like that early childhood, ages like 2 to 7.
Okay. When you look at Pittsburgh and what's available for young people right now, what do you think we're doing right, and where do you think we're falling short?
Oh gosh. Well, I have to say I haven't um, I haven't kept a pulse as much on other organizations as I need to, really, because I've been so focused on getting our own programs and getting our own kids and just getting those first early partners and getting my staff, my team in place. Um, so I can't really speak to, or and I wouldn't really want to evaluate what other people are doing right or wrong. I know um, I was part of a group a few years back, before I started the organization. It was in McKees Rocks, and some of the youth were really talking about needing a third space. And I also heard of that from someone from the Pittsburgh Foundation. He was saying that there was a certain area, I don't know if it was in Pittsburgh or close to Pittsburgh, where there were almost just nowhere for the youth to go, nowhere for them to hang out. And I know there are a few of those, but I know there's still a need. And it's unfortunate that some cities, certain areas of Pittsburgh included, tend to um, criminalize or things like loitering or coming into stores in groups, and instead of you know um, criminalizing kids who just can't afford to get into the activities or don't have a third space, why don't we create some third spaces for these youth to go to, where they'll be able to participate in positive, productive, creative activities?
Okay. How would you like to see the local artists, businesses, organizations, and community leaders work together more to create opportunities for the youth?
Mm. Well, I think our workforce of the future program is that's something we really aspire to do with that, like recruiting mentors and volunteers and inspirational people just to tell their life story for a half hour or 20 minutes and then field some questions from the kids so that they can see, like, not just that there's a successful person, but how that successful person actually got there. The mentors, the life journey, the sacrifices, the choices that they made in order to reach that. And I mean, I love music festivals. I love sponsorships. Like, I think businesses that want to have some social impact might sponsor youth organizations such as ours. That's a and there are other wonderful youth serving organizations as well. But I think that's a wonderful way that businesses can work. They can also perhaps create internships, structured internships for certain ages. I think there are organizations that are doing that and are providing, greater than $15 an hour. I can't remember who's doing that, but shout out to them.
Mhm.
Um, but I know that there's an organization doing that in Pittsburgh, and I'd love to connect with them. Love to work with businesses to create something like that for all the children as well.
If somebody gave you the funding, resources tomorrow to build something of your own for the kids, what would you create?
Oh my goodness, I'd create amazing things. It just depends on how much money. Um our first priority would be to retain the staff that we have, because we have good people. Retain them, train them, actually um, get them the benefits and allow them, hey, do you want to work part-time? Do you want to work full-time? What do you want from this company? And give them living wage jobs that they can sustain a family with, or work together with a partner to sustain their family with. Um, that would be my very first priority, because um, with with contractors, they have a lot of autonomy over their work, which is a good thing for them. And it's a little bit more challenging to manage and work with as a leader. And I would love, like I said, I want to do it for their sake, to so that they can actually, manage to support a family if they want to, working for all the children. But I also want to do it for my sake, and also for their sake, but they may not always. There's sometimes people don't really see the value of a certain training course or a certain certificate that I see the value of, and rather than having to, like, try to motivate them for like 2 or 3 months to like do this thing that I know is really necessary, but somehow I'm not, managing to get buy-in. I could just say, hey, if they're working like a Monday through Friday schedule, I can just say, hey, Friday is team building day. Every Friday we do a different course, and
So you'll
this
be
is
able to
what we're
have more
doing.
structure and be able to like.
Yes, more structure, and also be able to get them. I would totally be open to people's ideas of how they want to be trained and what they want in their role, but it would be wonderful to also be able to say, hey, I see this thing that we really all need, and since you're showing up on Friday every day anyway, Friday is team building day, and this is what we're doing this Friday.
Okay, okay. Between your music, your work with the youth, and everything else you're building, what do you ultimately want people to remember you for?
I want people to remember me for the music, the smiles, the laughter, the positive impact on youth, and being able to create a fair and more just society. We're really starting with the youth and working outward. We care about the youth, the community, the elders, civically, the country, the world. Not that I'm trying to, create a one world government. That's not what I mean. I'm just meaning that I want to create informed citizens who can actively participate, not just vote, but go beyond that, to learn how to serve, to learn how to lead, to learn how to impact society in a multitude of positive ways.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's all the questions. Um, did you want to share another song or anything?
I would love to sing a song.
All right. Whenever you're ready, you can start.
All of me. Why don't you take all of me, Lord? Don't you see I'm just no good without you, Jesus? Take my lips. I want to lose them. Take my arms. I want to wrap them around you, Jesus. You are my Savior. I want to learn for you only how to labor. Take my ego, rip it apart. Jesus, my Savior, Lord, take my heart.
I like it.
Thank you.